Hello, friends. Did you know the power of your voice in Congress has fallen to just 4% of what the Founding Fathers intended? In 1793, each representative in Congress represented the voice of roughly 35,000 people. But now, in 2026, each member of Congress, each representative in Congress represents nearly 750,000 people. That means today, each representative is expected to respect, present, and advocate on behalf of nearly 20 times the number of people than what is required in the U.S. Constitution. And I do mean required. The power of your voice in Congress has shrunk to 33% of what it was in 1933, and it's only 67% of what it was in 1983. It is no wonder that none of us feel heard. The good news is the Constitution itself has an answer to this. It's called Article 1, Clause 3. It grants Congress the power to reapportion the seats from time to time, and it requires that the number of representatives shall not exceed one for every 30,000 people. This clause of our Constitution has been violated by Congress on every reapportionment of the House of Representatives since 1793. We, the people, must demand that Article 1, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution be enforced and that the people's voice is restored in Congress. We must demand a tenfold increase in the number of representatives in the House. This would increase the number of House members from 538 to 5,380. And despite this monumental increase in the number of representatives, it would still only be half of what is required by the Constitution. We absolutely 100% can and should make our system work with 5,380 representatives in Congress. More representation of the people in the halls of power is a good thing across the board, regardless of what party you are from. We deserve to have our voice heard as the framers intended. So please join me in my calls for a drastic reapportionment of the U.S. House of Representatives. Remember, the more slices of the pie that are given out, the smaller each slice is. So the more representatives we have in Congress, the less power each individual representative actually has. And the less power that they have, the harder it is for them to be corrupted. Because if we restore our representation in Congress, we will, over time, eliminate these grifters on both sides of the aisles, and the people who are elected to serve their communities, who actually represent their communities, are going to rise to the top. It is much harder for money to corrupt 5,000 people than it is for money to corrupt 500. If we want to end the corruption, we must demand reasonable representation in line with what the U.S. Constitution already requires, and do not tell me that today, in 2026, when we have these billionaires seriously contemplating how they might colonize other planets, do not tell me that we can't manage 5,380 representatives. We can, we should. They just don't want us to have the representation that we are due so that they can continue to steal from our pockets. Well, I'm not buying it. I want representation. I want an end to the grift. I want an end to the charlatans, the liars, the thieves who pick our pockets every day. And frankly, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you use office for personal gain, you are a traitor and a tyrant, and you should be removed from office and hanged. But I'll settle for prison if it brings justice to the people. Sic semper tyrannis. Thank you. God bless. To good spirit and good fortune. Take care.